Hello everyone, good evening. Yes, it's me. Today, about the previous video. Wow, so many people watched it, really. There were so many comments, whether they were from haters or from supportive listeners. No matter who it was, I really appreciate that you watched it. I'm truly filled with gratitude, so thank you so much. But this time, look at this. Ta-da, here it is. These are all the comments from the previous video. This time I thought I'd read them. You might be thinking, is she really serious? What is she talking about? But you know, I've gotten so many comments about this thing called the Han world, right? A lot of people commented things like, oh, don't cozy up to the streamers, but it's not really about cozying up to all those streamers. For me, I was just really happy that so many new viewers, people who had never watched me before, came to see my videos. So, if anything, I want to get closer to these new viewers in this community. I want their support. That's why, since I have this opportunity, I want to read the comments you all wrote. In this video, I'd like to reply to the comments from everyone who wrote them. Since new comments keep coming in all the time, I haven't been able to check every single one, but I'll do my best to cover most of them. There are about 2,400 comments. The yellow ones are the main comments, and the white ones are replies to those main comments. If I read all of them, it would be around 2,400, so it would take a really long time. That's why I'll mainly focus on reading and replying to the yellow main comments. As a rule, there are a lot of similar comments, so I'll skip those. If there are identical or almost identical comments, I'll leave those out too. Also, if there are any comments that are not directed at me but are criticizing others, if there are any comments that are just too extreme, I honestly don't want to read those, so I'll be cutting them out. Other than that, I'll basically talk about and discuss everything else and about this incident, or rather, I think I'll be able to share my thoughts and opinions about Borobro, and since there are also a lot of comments about trading cards and card-related topics, I'll reply to those as well. I think if I respond to all sorts of things, we'll be able to have a good conversation, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I learned from my previous video that keeping a good pace is important, so let's get started right away. Please look forward to it. Okay, let's start reading the comments. Just to mention, before this video, if anyone posted abusive comments toward me, there's a chance I've already banned or blocked them, so those people's comments won't show up here. Even if you wrote something, it won't appear. So don't worry. There's nothing I can do about it anyway. Alright, let's get started and read the comments. It's really funny how I'm picking up all these trash comments. Thank you. Well, you know, I think it's not just me finding them funny, but what everyone writes is actually pretty interesting, so it's kind of hard for me. Someone said, "You're too good of a woman, I'll follow you forever." Or weird things like, "Mirrors you on my own," and there are viewers who get mad just because their names are shown. It really makes you realize there are some seriously strange people out there. Well, yeah, that's the key. There are all sorts of things in the parentheses. Not just with Hanjo-san and Ku-san, but with others too. I also included names like Junichi Kato-san and various Yuto-sans. I actually have a rule for myself, for this stream of mine, how should I put it? For people who visited the shrine, or whose photos I used as thumbnails, or who were mentioned in the video, if I found them myself, I thought I'd include their names. I put their names in the title. I actually had a rule about that. Please let me try again. I want to try again in April. I don't like Hanjo, so I'll help by adding more fuel. This time's comment section. Looking at these comments, I can see that there are quite a few Hanjo aunties, but also some listeners or fans, and quite a few aunties as well. There were a lot of them. Now, you don't have to buy it, but still, that's how it is. This video is from a year and 10 months ago, so honestly, it feels a bit strange to be told things about it now. A lot happened with the fox, but now Rinko-san is taking good care of it. There are 20 of them being cared for, so from now on, since they've started to show some charm, I think I'll continue to take good care of them. It's a bit late to say this, but I guess I don't want to be lumped together with Tachiembo, looking down on people. Rinko does that too, huh? There were a ton of replies to this. I don't know, but if you think about it generally, if you ask whether you'd want to be lumped together with Tachiembo or not, I definitely wouldn't want that. It's about people who are engaged in prostitution, right? It's about those who are standing there for that purpose. That's what I think. But maybe it's because I'm a girl. Since I don't do prostitution, I don't want to be grouped together with them. Rather than looking down on them or anything like that, I just don't want to be lumped together with them. The true identity of One Piece is tail. Akisu laughed because he stole it. All the Oripa turned into tail. You know, this has been written about in so many places, and it's even come up in other things, and everyone seems to like it. They were all laughing about it. I think it's referencing that thing from One Piece. In the end, the punchline is that the child was driven away and the business prospered. It's a lesson that if you do bad things, it will eventually come back to you. But you know, I also think that not just bad things, but if you do something to others that you wouldn't want done to you, or something that would make others uncomfortable. How should I put it? This is just my way of thinking, but I feel like there's a kind of forest of happiness around me. If I do good things, it stays there, but if I do bad things or unpleasant things, that protective forest gradually disappears. So when something happens, there's nothing left to protect me, and everything comes back to me. That's the kind of idea I have. Sorry if that doesn't make sense, but that's it. Basically, if you do bad things, they'll come back to you. That's the feeling I get. Uokusarejo. Wow, there were a lot of people even during the premiere stream, but you know, wow, it's kind of, isn't it cute? I actually really like it because it's so cute, I even want to use it myself. As for Hanjo, there was no apology. Well, I guess there wasn't one. He just didn't apologize to me, but apparently he did apologize to everyone else on the stream. As for Katsumato, or Kasan Matome, I really am truly sorry about that. Honestly, I really didn't know about the existence of Kasan Matome. I thought it was Katsumato-san, so I just assumed it was Katsumato-san's theme or something he was using, but really I'm sorry about that. Thanks to this incident becoming a topic, it looks like I might be able to make up for what I lost, so that's a relief, well, at least for now. I mean, the losses I had are rather... Not at all. You know, there are two of them. I think there are two videos, the original video this time and the one I released before. The revenue from those two videos is still about the same as the old Tailner. I haven't really made much yet. Right now, Tailner is about 600 yen, so it feels even more disheartening. You know, the viewers... and in storage, I got comments like, it was lying around in great condition for just over 200 yen. The views are amazing. Tailner's gratitude. Thanks, Tailner. I looked this up, and it probably includes a bit of an old story related to Mokou-san. It's a comment, but I won't go into detail here. 3 foxes, you know, like this. I think a lot of people use this fox emoji when talking to Hanjo-san, but I don't really have an emoji that people tease me with, you know? I kind of wish people would use one for me. I'm not sure if it should be Tailner or a fox, but it kind of looks like Chie, doesn't it? At first I was like, huh? But when I looked it up, Junichi Kato's older sister is named Chie, and a lot of people were saying I look like her. Honestly, when I saw her, I thought I do look kind of similar, but she's super beautiful, so I feel kind of honored, but also a bit nervous about it. But thank you so much. I've been supporting Hanjo since 2023, but this time he's really ignoring his customers. And on top of that, he hasn't even apologized or noticed it himself, so it's honestly just over at this point. I've been supporting him since 2023, so for about 2 years, but honestly, this is just too much. He didn't even notice the need to apologize. Well, part of it is that I wasn't watching the stream, but still, there were a lot of different opinions about this from everyone. With Oripa, the more you buy, the closer your return rate gets to the store's set profit margin. So I think the more you buy, the more you end up losing. Yeah, that's exactly right. That's really true. Like I said last time, everyone, you really shouldn't be buying so many of these. This time there was a last one, so it happened at the very end. I did end up buying it, but still, let's try not to buy Oripa, okay? Mokou sold it. Just thinking that Tina is among these 20 cards is overwhelming. Seriously, this really made me laugh. At first, I even got some comments. Look, someone said something like, oh, maybe he's among them, and I was like, what? What does that mean? Then it turned out that it was Mokou-san. I think it was May 28, 2023. I uploaded my video on the 27th, and it seems like he uploaded his the next day. At Cho-san's shop, they were selling Tailnan, that card. Since the timing was about the same, I think that Tailnan was included in the lucky packs, and I pulled it. there was something written like successor through the ages, so I thought maybe that's what it meant. I checked all the price captions and everything, and they were pretty much the same, which makes sense since it was the same time period. So, it's totally possible, and it's really funny. Thank you so much. And then Kato spins the gacha even more. Well, I don't think he'll spin it that much anymore, but who knows. Oh, and saying it's the buyer's fault is just an insult to Minikatsu, right? That's why. Since they're saying, don't buy what the patients are selling, it's basically like an insult, right? I'm not a victim of tail now, really. It's okay. I laughed so much, thank you. I think it's fine since you have your own style, but just in case anyone from the community tries to get close to you, please run away, okay? Well, I'm just worried about you. I think it's just a passing comment, but even if someone tries to get close, it's not really about running away or anything. If they're just bringing it up as a joke or topic, I don't mind at all if they approach me. And if they act tough, I'll just act tough right back, so it's fine. It's okay. I won't run away. I won't run away. Awakening is way too strong. Is this a dirty joke? People kept saying awakened Rinko like crazy, but honestly, I'm not awakened at all. I'm just my usual self. So yeah, it's just normal, nothing special. It's white, thank you very much. But I think it's probably because my room looks really white on camera, so the lighting makes it look that way. It's hard to adjust with this camera. The Mansei army, full force, all-out attack. Wait, not attack, it's a full charge, right? Anyway, a lot of people are coming in, but this is Hanjo-san's. So I guess it's like a group of fans, right? I laughed when I was called Tails Big Sis. Honestly, I want to be called Tails Big Sis. It says here that people are calling me that and that it was funny, but I actually didn't see it myself. I just found out from this comment. But if people tease me like that, it's actually kind of funny. Rinko, maybe it's better if you don't get involved in the conversation any further. That's some advice for me. I'll keep that in mind for now. You can tease Sanma Kebio, but if you tease me, I'll threaten to sue. What is this? I don't really get it, but Sanma, you know. In the last video, it was really my first time hearing about this conversation thing, and I honestly didn't understand the technical terms or the words everyone was using at all. It was the same with Mr. Katsumoto's situation. I really didn't understand it, but as expected, to read this, I thought it would be pretty embarrassing if I didn't know the terms, so I studied them. This Sanma thing was probably mentioned in Mr. Hanjo's stream too, right? It was there. In the past, I think I used an emoji like the tail nerf frame. But you know, now that the stamp is gone, the ones I can use are things like mackerel or something like that. That's what I was saying, but I couldn't help but laugh a little. It's so cute, thank you. Dwarf is nice, isn't it? I actually think Dwarf is cuter, you know. I want to use it, I really do. But is it okay to use this? Thank you for bringing it closer to a beauty salon. The video was really easy to watch and very interesting, so I gave it a like and subscribe to your channel. Please keep up the good work. Seriously, thank you so much. It's a good time to earn, so I should take advantage of it now. Things have calmed down quite a bit, so, well, going forward, it's fine either way. I might buy some mystery packs, like Fan John's mystery packs, but I don't think I'll be posting a lot, just because it's a great way to make money. Please don't expect too much of a sense of ethics from Mokou's viewers. Okay, I understand. When it comes to Pokemon cards, it's definitely Mokou-tan, so about Pokemon cards. I watched the video where she was selling them, and I laughed so much. Mokou-san has actually uploaded quite a few Pokemon videos, so I thought I'd check out some of her other videos too. Takayuki Oe, this one too. I got a lot of comments about this. Everyone calls him Oi-chan, but Oi-chan-san, you know? He watched my previous video, you know? So Mokou-san watched my original video, then I watched Mokou-san's video, and then Takayuki Oe watched it too, so it was like a chain of 3 people watching each other's videos. I laughed so much at that video. As expected, Hanjo is a bit of a troublemaker, so things have gotten pretty wild. At this point, I hope he'll buy another Oripa and make a video about it without getting caught. In April, I think I mentioned wanting to go buy it at the store, but I should probably go quietly so I don't get noticed. I don't think it'll cause a stir, but I'd hate for people to say, "Link is here," so I'll try to keep a low profile and go buy it quietly. I think this video is good, and of course it's not this person's fault, but I do feel a bit off about the comments section where people are trying too hard to praise. It just feels a bit off to me. I think it's just a simple case of people talking about it because it's become a hot topic, but it seems like people in this community tend to get strangely obsessed. They're kind of easy to sway. But I do agree that lately Minioe from Dokino and Kanekama have been kind of annoying. It's been going on for quite a while, but that was a pretty harsh comment, and I got a lot of them, like the one with the gorilla sitting down. Be careful with Oripa. Yes, Hanjo's Oripa is dangerous. And about this gorilla thing, in quotation marks, it's supposed to be the same language, but somehow it feels really harsh. Is there some kind of joke behind this? I don't really get it, but it was written a lot, like something from Attack on Titan. Honestly, it's straightforward and gives a good impression. It would be nice to replace it with the revenue from the Teller video. Well, not yet. So everyone, please watch it again. By the way, with the revenue from that video, I'll buy Hanjo's Oripa again. It's like this endless chain, and if the amount keeps increasing, that would be absolutely ideal. So everyone, please support me. I just hope I can get it back. I want you to take revenge at Hanzo's shop with 230,000 yen just once. The views will probably go up, and it might also restore Hanzo's shop's reputation. It's a win-win-win-win situation. That would be great, right? It would make both Hanzo and me happy. Well, anyway, I think a 230,000 yen revenge is really exciting. This definitely deserves a channel subscription. Seriously, thank you. A true master like Shen never misses a surprise attack. Some people mentioned this, so I looked it up, and apparently this is also one of Koko's famous sayings. It's a surprise attack. Maybe it's something like Kanarin is the strongest, but in a version where I can't say Kato Junichi is the strongest. It's kind of like Chichieko's Chitenchi. There are so many different ways to write it, and I thought, oh, this is how people in this community write. That's what I thought about that person called Makoto or something. They're the kind of person who's not very good at games and streamed a dapun sound. Maybe they had an accident and leaked during the stream? I'm not really sure about that part, but honestly, I'm also pretty weak in that area myself. During my health checkup, I paid extra to get something like an intestinal flora test, but honestly, it's kind of a gross topic. There were a lot of results that didn't really suit me, so I can't really make jokes about it. If I stream something like Dappen, it would be bad, so let's both do our best, Ms. Mokou. Also, about winning in the Khan world, it became a hot topic because of the Khan comeback, but it's not like it was really a win or anything. With Oripa, it's not about profit or loss, it's about the excitement of what you might get. But if you get the same card next time, it even takes away that excitement. It's just too cruel. It's like they don't even care about entertaining their customers anymore, and that's just the end of it, you know? This time, the character rare was Tailna, but if the misses in the same price range as Tailna were more spread out, I could have thought, well, I don't have this character rare yet, so even though it's a miss, it's still okay. But since they were all the same, you know, it's not even something I need to say at this point. Still, it's just so funny that someone so cute and unrelated gets involved in a guy's conversation like this. Thank you so much. Honestly, the fact that you say it's funny is what makes it the most fun. It's become the most viewed video on Rinko's channel, and it's really gaining momentum. But really, thank you for listening. Everyone, this was my most frequent one. The holo rare from Face Ace, Eve's Carton. There was an unboxing video, but this one finally surpassed it. Even though the momentum is slowing down, it's still going. No, it hasn't stopped, and I was wondering just how far it would go. With this momentum at the end, it says Koka, right? I didn't know it before. And it sounded kind of funny, like Kusa. I was wondering if it was some kind of promotion or something. I used it in videos and even replied to comments during the premiere. When I looked it up, it turns out this Kuka isn't really... It seems like it's a word that has a bit of a mocking meaning, so maybe it's better if I don't use it. I don't really mind if you all say it to me, though. I just feel like, maybe I shouldn't say it myself. I actually thought it was kind of cute, like woe or dwa, and I kind of liked it. But since it apparently has that kind of meaning, I'll be careful. I wish you could just focus on the sound of this conversation, though. It's just too much for me, so I don't want you to bring it up anymore. There are people who care about me and worry about me, thank you. People in this community really love game commentary, so I think if I upload not just unboxing videos, but also game commentary videos, my channel will grow. Let me read this part. In my New Year's video this year, I set a goal for 2025, like what kind of place I want this to be. Right? At that time, I actually set a goal to restart my game commentary videos this year, even though things have kind of stalled for now. Actually, besides this main channel, I have another channel called Gaming Rinko, where I do game commentary. The updates have pretty much stopped, you know, I just haven't had time to do commentary, so it's on hold. It's on hold, but I do want to restart it if possible. That's how I feel. And also, some viewers have given me things like horror games as gifts, so I really want to play those too, so when I do get around to it, please check it out. Everyone, please come and watch. I don't need to be called weak tail or anything like that, okay? I think it was like when Satoshi from the anime had Lizardon, and he threw in some pride. It would be nice if I could recover as much as the lost tail and such. I'll do my best. There are a lot of things like this, aren't there? But honestly, I felt that everyone is so kind writing these things for me. Unko-chan also featured me, and maybe there won't be any more bugs like this, so let's keep going, Hanjo. You know, I knew Junichi Kato-san, but I didn't know he was called Unko-chan. I was surprised to learn this time that Unko-chan is actually a nickname used in a good way, like a term of endearment. Hanjo-san also called him Unko-chan, so I guess everyone calls him that. People who have never done Oripa and don't have the money for it are just dreaming and making noise. Like I said in a previous video, it's better not to do Oripa. People who haven't done it aren't stupid. Actually, I think that's better. It's crazy that there are Hanjo's viewers who are criticizing this person. Well, I guess that's Hanjo for you. I think they're talking about Hanmama-san, who was called that by the listeners. It seems like they're referring to that person. Apparently, they also picked a fight with Stanmi, which isn't really funny. I didn't know about this either, but it seems like in the past they picked a fight with a streamer named Stanmi-san. I wonder when this happened, since it's being brought up again now. Even though Danjo is just an F rank, they were pretending to be like Minikatsu, and I really hated that, so I'm grateful that it was exposed. That's all there is to it. It would be way too awful if an ordinary person bought it. I see. Since I was able to make a video about this, it turned into content and all, but if it was just an ordinary person who wasn't filming a video, it would just be... If they had opened it, I really think it would have been awful. I feel bad for them. I want to talk about things like this too. I think it was something like, I like your style, but actually it was a hate comment if I remember right. I'm pretty sure about that. I'm not trying to defend Hanjo-san, but apologizing on the stream was meant as an apology to everyone who bought the Oripa, not just to one person. It kind of felt like the viewers were the ones who lied, I guess. I really hate how things get so tense because of stuff like this. It seems like people say things like this just to stir up conflict, and apparently it's not just limited to Hanjo-san. It's scary how people sometimes write comments just to make things tense. Maybe it's better not to pick up random comments so easily. This is something I need to learn too. I realized it's probably not good to just believe comments without thinking. I just found this out myself, so I'll have to be more careful from now on. This is really interesting though. I want to see more videos with this kind of stance. But basically, my channel is really about trading card recovery. Right now, there aren't any new trading cards from the latest set, so I don't have any material and updates have stopped. That's partly why I'm making this video, since things are on hold. But basically, my main content is trading card recovery videos, so I'm not planning to make a ton of videos like this. Still, being able to have an adult conversation even when facing unreasonable situations is really admirable. Right now, if I keep targeting the same audience, they might lose interest and only the haters will be left, so I think knowing when to stop is really important. Honestly, that's so true, and I think this is coming from someone who's really kind and concerned. I really want to keep valuing my viewers even more. Managing this is actually pretty difficult, but I'll try to handle it well. If there wasn't that last Mimosa card, it would have been like throwing money down the drain. It's not just like throwing money away, it's really throwing money away. But since there was that last Mimosa card, this Oripa was worth it. I bought it because I didn't have the Mimosa Special Art Rare, and since there was still the last one left, I thought maybe I'd get lucky, like a long shot. If there hadn't been a Mimosa, I wouldn't have bought it. This time, I think the last Mimosa was being sold for about 100,000 yen. But when the last one is really strong, it makes the other prizes look worse by comparison, and they end up being less appealing. Also, even if there's a strong last one, sometimes there are very few tickets left, or some are still unsold. Well, with 23 tickets, it's hard to say, but if there are leftovers and it's not sold out. Well, in the trading card world, there's something pretty famous called the Gundan, or the group. There are some people who come together as a group to buy mystery packs, and they keep going around buying little by little until they hit the top prize. Once they get it, they leave. There's a group like that, and they're called the Gundan. They're really famous in the trading card world, but there's a possibility that those kinds of people win, pull the big prize, and then leave. And that might have been the case this time too, so please be careful because things like that do happen. Let's go! I don't know, maybe it's the first time in the world. I'm surprised that just putting in a name is automatically considered an execution. Maybe they're just including it out of courtesy, because they featured it normally. Like I said earlier, it's just being handled mechanically, that's all. It's not really a thank you or an execution or anything like that. I guess it's just cleverness from making money by getting Pokemon card recovery, and I kind of like that. Since they're getting Pokemon cards and making money from them, I don't really get it. I wonder if it actually has anything to do with Pokemon cards, you know? I spent 200,000 yen on those crappy original packs, so please keep bringing up this topic. Use the people at the buying spots as stepping stones and make some money. I need everyone's help. This person is really amazing. They've made over 230,000 videos. This is what a true YouTuber and card enthusiast looks like. Thanks. But, you know, it's not so much that I've made over 20 or 30,000 videos. Honestly, it's because of everyone's support that I was able to make them. I really liked your attitude toward this recent incident, so I subscribed to your channel. Please keep up the good work. I'll do my best. Seriously, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. And thank you everyone for teaching me so much through your comments. It's totally fine if you leave for a while. I'm starting to understand everyone's comments. Now, peace. This is actually a comment I made myself, but a lot of people kindly explained the meaning to me in the comments. As I kept reading through them, I started to get what everyone was saying. So I wrote about how I'm starting to understand everyone's comments. This is my main comment, and I thought I'd pick it up here. Also, there's the Poke Shinra card pulling video too. I've been saving up quite a bit of sand for the Poke live stream, and I was thinking maybe I'll do more than 400 or so. With the paid part, I think I could do about 40 more pulls, so that would make it around 160 pulls in total. I was thinking of doing a live stream, but if I do it at this timing, it might be a bit risky. So I decided to stop for now, but honestly, I really wanted to pull the shiny pack. Yeah. To everyone who commented on the list, thank you so much. It really helped me a lot when you explain things like what this emoji means, or that you used it in this way because of something that happened. Seriously, thank you so much. Honestly, everyone, including the viewers who made regular people say things like Katsumato Mini Katsuo, should be ashamed. So yeah, I'm a little upset. But seriously, everyone should know some shame. Please remember that. Please leave. Honestly, I just don't get it. The only real issue is that there are too many Tailners, but if you think about it, getting 3 out of the expected 4 cards is actually within a reasonable range. After all, expected value is just that, an expectation. Since the other 77 cards have already been bought, and we don't know which hits are included in those, you can't say for sure that you'll get more than 4. Besides, I doubt anyone is actually planning to buy out all the packs. And if buying them all would guarantee a profit, people would just buy out every store and then resell them elsewhere. Sorry, that was a bit long, but just so you know, the system is actually designed with the possibility of someone buying everything in mind. In this case, it's because there's a lost one prize. That's true, but still. 3 cards out of an expected value of 4? I think it's reasonable that the cards that came out are what you'd expect. It's just that Tailna came out. This isn't about Mr. Hanjo's shop or me pulling the cards. But for example, let's say there are 100 mystery packs for sale. When I first went to buy, only 1 had been sold, so I bought the remaining 99. Then when I opened them, there was no top prize. Things like that can easily happen in this world. And this isn't just my story. It's not even Mr. Hanjo's story, but things like this do happen. How should I put it? There's no proof left behind. If the person who bought that 1 pack says they got the top prize, that's the end of it. There's no way to talk about it further, and the people who bought the rest just have to accept it and move on. That's the kind of world this is. So it's honestly really scary. That's why in my previous video I said that even if you get interested in mystery packs, you probably shouldn't buy them. It's really risky. If you have a lot of money and can afford to lose it and you just want to enjoy a little bit of gambling, then it's fine. But please be careful, because that's the kind of world this is. If I made a mystery pack, who would be the dud? Maybe Ochan? Just kidding. I watched Oe-chan's video, and maybe it was because there were all sorts of triple wins in me, but still. I thought that you made the video the most interesting and really put it together well. Honestly, my language is pretty rough, or maybe a bit sharp. You said a lot of things to me, too, and while that's true, I really thought you made the video the most interesting with your editing. It was really fun. Also, I laughed when I saw that you gave this video a like. I saw it. When I pressed the link trap, it would take me to your video and it would play for 2 seconds at a time. So I was talking about how I might end up watching the whole video that way. Thank you so much for liking the video at that time too. For a woman who's been involved in Chinese conversation, it's rare to have such a high favorability. Honestly, I'm not very familiar with this kind of conversation, so maybe there hasn't been anyone like that until now. Maybe when people were confronted, everyone just couldn't say anything and it ended like that. If you want to get all the netizens on your side, you should post a video of yourself going to a card shop and selling those 2 turners. Well, that's Hanjo-san's way, I guess. When it comes to buying cards, shops tend to lower the price quite a bit, especially if there are scratches or during the appraisal. They're pretty strict about that, though that's not really the reason. But I've really grown attached to these 20 Telners, so I won't sell them. You get it, right? It's actually funny because when Komo-san was watching my video and said, "It's too big, so I can't really understand what you're saying," I replied, "You get it, right?" And it's funny because she actually heard me say that. I wonder if that's what makes it interesting. It's all coming through properly. It's interesting to react to comments too. There are some harsh comments, but I hope you'll keep doing your best without getting discouraged. For me, I haven't really been affected by any negative or hate comments this time, so I don't feel discouraged at all. I'm totally fine. The response videos are just perfect, so thank you so much. I'd be happy if you could say the same about this video too. Oripa is just like this, really. It's just too abnormal that such acts of making huge profits have been allowed to go on so openly. Seriously, this really needs to be regulated by law. I mean, when it comes to this, there's just no other way. That's really true, and actually, in this industry too, incidents keep happening from time to time that make people say we really should regulate Oripa, so it becomes a hot topic quite often. When I first started, which was about 6 years ago, maybe a little more, back then things were still... Even when it came to Oripa, a single pack was like 100 yen, 500 yen, or at most, maybe 3,000 or 5,000 yen if it was expensive. That was about the limit, but now it's already... No, it's totally normal to see Oripa being sold for over 10,000 yen, 20,000, 30,000, 50,000, even 100,000 yen. The prices have gone up, and as the price per pack increases, the value of the winning cards has also gotten really high. So, it's starting to feel less like Pokemon cards are just a game for kids, and more like they're being treated as something like gift certificates because of their value. That's why these expensive cards are coming out of random packs, right? When such high-value items come out of these random draws, it really feels like it's bordering on gambling. It's really a deep grey area. The reason why Oripa became a topic of conversation again this time is because all sorts of things keep happening with it, and I think every time something comes up, people will keep talking about it. They can do whatever they want. If card shops say too much about this, I'd be in trouble if I got shut down, so let's leave it at that. If the video with Telna gets 200,000 views, can I recover almost 230,000 yen in revenue? That's what I was going to say earlier, but it's not that easy. There are a lot of comments, but everyone... Let's say people watch these 2 videos the first time. People will watch it the first time, but after that, I think most people come back just to check the comments. People don't really watch it over and over again, right? I don't think they watch the whole thing multiple times. They just come back to check the comments and maybe reply to someone else's comment. But if they're not actually watching the video again, it doesn't count as a view. So the revenue doesn't go up. That's why even though it looks like there are a lot of views now, actually, if you compare it to other carton unboxings, or rather, if you look it up and compare them, there really isn't that much revenue coming in. That's the reality of the situation. Since I'm someone who collects Telnars, let's go with that. Just call me Telnar Hunter. At first I didn't understand what Dalka Nashimin and the Mini Nashimin genre meant, and I thought it meant something useless. The first comment, I wondered if it meant something like, well, you're useless, but apparently there's something called Nashimin. I saw it in a Karibo clip, and I came here because I liked the voice. That makes me really happy. My voice is pretty low for a woman, you know. I don't really like my own voice that much, but when someone says my voice is nice, it makes me really happy. Mokou isn't really an inside joke. It's just made to look like a term, but it's actually just making fun of me. It's kind of mean. In the end, it's just adding fuel to the fire. And people often say that Mokou-san is the one making this a bigger deal. But the one who brought it up again was the person who took my video and brought it here like this. So for me, it's thanks to Mokou-san. I'm really grateful to her. People watch Mokou-san's video, then watch this video. I came to watch the video and I realized something. Can't we create a perpetual motion machine with the conversation and Rinko-san? I understand what you're saying, I get it, but... It says video letter down here, which made me laugh a little. The perpetual motion thing, I'm just a regular viewer, so it doesn't really matter to me, but this video is amazing. Still, if all the videos became like this, I end up feeling sorry for the original native viewers. What a kind person. I wonder why that is. to my original fans and viewers, you know, if things change too much from how they've always been, it can be confusing, right? So I want to make sure to take care of those things properly too. That was my first feeling, but this person is so kind and really worries about others. You have to be careful, or you'll get hit back with the same energy. If Takayuki Ono gets added, there will be even more visitors, right? The way you say visitors is interesting, isn't it? It's cute, so I like it, and it sticks with me. There aren't really any elements, right? The thing in the back, maybe it's from Crossbone. For those who noticed, that was really impressive. Actually, there is a Crossbone figure right here. Just barely. It was probably showing up, right? I think it was in the last video too. Last time I was here and it didn't show up, but here, this is the 91's, you know, how should I put it? I have it placed here. It's positioned nicely at the edge, and look, right here. This 91, you know. There's an unopened prolay here, and it actually has Hiroko Moriguchi's autograph on it. Let me brag a little. Look, right here, my real name is written on it, so I have it covered up, but I got her actual handwritten autograph, so I have it displayed here. It's a real treasure for me. Junjun eats it. Well, I didn't really understand that part. I didn't know about it, but what does that mean? Yuyuta. Where is Yuyuta-san? I was talking with him a bit, and also about my Tailner. It's just amazing. I used a high-quality photo I posted and just cropped it for the thumbnail, and Yuyuta-san is using it too. I just posted it because I thought so. The Han world never talks back, no matter how much nonsense is said to them, especially to YouTubers. It's like Junichi Kato or Mokou and other streamers just one-sidedly bad-mouthing them. Because the child was compared to the Han, the term Han world was used, and in reality, they are treated like the Han. It's a fitting example because women often can't speak up in the moment and end up crying themselves to sleep. It's like being touched, unable to say anything back, and just freezing. Ordinary people, you know, but YouTubers and such are basically companies, right? So even if they're treated like Han, they're still Han. Even if they have the motivation to respond, they're still companies. I don't think they can just do things on their own, you know? There might be some individuals, but as for me, I'm completely independent. Musha, so, you know, it's not like anyone is restricting me or anything, so I can totally respond however I want, but, you know, it's tough for people like that too. Even Rinko-san is getting involved in the Kan world. You really never know what's going to happen in this world, do you? It turns out I'm already involved. It's not like I'm actually involved or anything. I haven't joined yet. There are a lot of comments, as expected. I don't think I'll ever get this many comments again in my life. Honestly, even with around 2,500 comments, I've never seen anything like this before. It was for the trading card unboxing, or rather, it's just, it's not really a normal comment section anymore. Honestly, thank you so much for starting the thread. It kind of felt like when everyone was saying thank you and things got all mixed up, you know? So, I guess for the next time or something. When a new thread is made, I think everyone will move over there and it'll get really lively again. I don't think there will be any official announcements or anything, but I'll make another thread, so I'd be happy if everyone leaves lots of comments. It seems like the next time I buy something, I might get some good pulls. A lot of people have been saying that. The first event at the new store that relocated in April. I wonder what will happen to the eyewear section. Well, I think it's tough for the people who have to set it up, since they really have to think about a lot of things. It's not just that we have to think about a lot of things for the first sales floor in April, but the store itself does too. There's definitely a tendency to make it stronger, right? And with this situation, I think they'll probably make it even stronger. But if they do that, it's not interesting, is it? After the move, when things have settled down a bit and the store has calmed down, the special packs they release then are just a little... it kind of ends up being a surprise attack, like an unexpected result. At least that's what I think. That's why I'm thinking of aiming for that timing and going to buy some. Since we don't usually buy special packs, that's what makes opening them on video interesting. Well, that's part of it too. And of course, there are people who have a lot of money and buy a ton of them, pulling out the big prizes. So there's that aspect to special packs as well. You want to clear out your stock, right? You can sell a lot of special packs that way. People might get carried away and buy more, and it kind of encourages social proof. Honestly, selling a lot of special packs is definitely a thing, and it's different from usual. It's really refreshing in the video. Seriously, this feels new. I mean, usually I only make videos where I open cards or introduce my collection, so this is something different for me. Videos really are refreshing, aren't they? This is new for me too. She literally proved that the price of Tailna was average. Does average mean something like normal or ordinary? I'm not really sure, but that's what it seems like. The comma market really keeps changing, so even when I opened this video and during editing too, it was the same. It might have changed during editing, and it might have changed by the time it's published. It really keeps changing, so I'd be happy if you could check it out at the time you're watching. I'm not judging the victims, rather I'm protecting them. I'm not really good at maneuvering or anything, I just thought it might be interesting if I made it into a video, so I did. That's all, but actually people kept saying I was good at maneuvering, so I guess that's a good thing. In the end, I spent 230,000 yen and pulled 20 out of 23 tail nars, and it's amazing that I could stay calm. So, for people who don't usually do Oripa, they might think, wow, this person is amazing. But for those of us who always open them, it's just that this time it happened to be tail nar. So that's why it turned out like this. But honestly, it's nothing special for us. There are all kinds of results, so I was able to stay calm. Apparently, these are called corner brackets in the title. I had no idea and it made me laugh so much. It was a learning experience. I really hope people keep bringing up this topic. Please keep talking about it. I'm coming. Honestly, streaming without permission isn't good, you know? When I was thinking about visiting Mokou-san's stream, I wondered if I should get permission too. But since Mokou-san didn't get permission from me, I just went ahead and did it the same way for consistency. I looked up what handkerchief prince means, and apparently Hanjo-san calls it handkerchief prince when he's clicking a lot. Everyone is amazing, right? They're desperately putting in all sorts of people's names, and about EXA, it's been coming up for a while now. People kept saying it like Tatagumi or something, and I didn't really understand what this meta tag thing, like a girl, was about. I ended up putting it in the title, but I guess there's probably some meaning to it. Even after looking it up, I couldn't really figure it out. Treasure Village Box Jean Dark Stripped. I don't really get this one either, but I wonder if there was someone like Jean Dark, you know, with that kind of status. We viewers aren't trying to protect you. We're just using you as a way to criticize the stick shop owner, so you shouldn't expect your future view counts to go up. Honestly, that's really how I feel. I totally get it if you say you're just being used as a stick to beat someone with, but still. I'm just hoping that maybe things could work out without you becoming a tool for that. That's how I see it. The way they tease or laugh at Ms. Rinko from that side is honestly super creepy. I really think Mr. Shyman and Ms. Rinko are much more pleasant. It's better not to engage with them since you're just feeding into what they want. When I say that side, I mean everyone from the underground community. You mean that shrine visit video, right? This time it was my first time learning about it, but apparently these shrine visit videos usually cover current events or interesting topics. They kind of poke fun at things from above or laugh out loud at them. So I guess that's just the format of these shrine visit videos. It's nice because the original fun is kind of guaranteed, right? It's kind of unfair. When I tried making one myself for the first time, I thought, wow, this is actually pretty sneaky. You can make it interesting pretty easily. Honestly, I think the reason my last shrine visit video seemed interesting wasn't because my talk was funny, but because the topic itself was interesting. That's why shrine visits are great, aren't they? When these get read, it makes me feel itchy. I'm reading all these comments right now, but are you all feeling itchy too? I'm not mad. The arrow says I'm mad, but I'm really not. This is just how Oripa is, so I'm not mad at all. You know, lately, there aren't many streamers who do manly comebacks, so I appreciate it, were there more in the past. Hey! Kenji Takada-san talked about it too. I didn't really understand Kenji Takada-san that well. A mischievous Tailna is in Oripa. Did he feel sorry for causing trouble by getting so many in at astronomical odds? After more than a year, Hanjo was surprised to hear the news that he brought viewers with him, and he instinctively shut down Tailna. It's just like the modern Gone the Fox. This is from that story in the Japanese language textbook, right? I thought Gone the Fox was super nostalgic. Tailna is a fox, so I think that's why they're doing it this way. I think this person has pretty good sense. Calling it tail was just perfect, wasn't it? And since it's a fire type, it kind of connects to things like flaming too. Well, you know. Since it's a fox, it's like a fox that transforms and appears, right? Even in the modern Gon the Fox, it's like that. It's just such a perfect Pokemon to play around with. It's really something. This time, the way this whole commotion spread too. I wondered if it was related, honestly. Putting too many other people's names in the title just makes it look like you're desperate for views, and it's kind of gross. What's with that? Just use your own name or the card game's title. Oh right, what I thought when I saw this was... You know, it's not like there haven't been any negative comments before. Trey would just do unboxings as usual, but until now it was kind of like, even when negative comments came in, nobody would mention them and they'd just be left there, which sometimes made me feel out of place. But with this recent situation, like you can see in the comments below, it's like, whoa, half cooked and done, half cooked and caught. Wow, wow. And within seconds, everyone shuts it down. It makes me laugh to see that. And honestly, there wasn't anything that really got to me this time. Some people were worried about me, but I'm actually fine and not really affected mentally this time. It's just that typical otaku guy, strong-willed and greedy, I get it, but what can you do? If you're going to do that, you should do it a little better. Saying things like, you got popular because of this and all. I can say that I'm not misunderstanding anything, and I really don't misunderstand. But it does make me think, maybe I should do things a little better. When people say things like, that's just how mystery packs are, I feel like it's strong to be able to say, that's why you shouldn't buy them. If they don't sell, it's the card shops that will be in trouble. So I guess I'm a little worried that maybe the card shops might resent me for saying that. Doing anything that's not illegal is fine. That's Hanjo's mindset. Maybe what I wanted to say was how Hanjo feels about things. Oh, Heige, 3 venues, here it comes. I didn't really understand what Heige was, so I looked it up. I think high game is like some kind of tournament or something, but honestly, I don't really get what it means. And then there's 3 and 4 foxes. At first, I didn't understand what the 4 meant either. What is that supposed to be? It kind of feels like they're telling me to die or something. You know, it's a bit much. I don't really do anything, but seriously, you shouldn't say things like, die? You really should stop saying that. Sorry, I'm going off topic a bit, but I also open Trekker packs, just like everyone else. But, well, like I said earlier, I get hate comments too. They come my way. You know, things like calling me an old hag or ugly, stuff like that. I mean, it's whatever. It's pretty common, right? It's not good, but it's not like you should go after someone alone. But still, I can totally ignore most of the comments that come my way, so it's fine. But there was this one time when I got a comment that was just too much. Like, it was really harsh. I film at home, you know, right here. There was a comment saying something like, Laura, you're probably filming in a studio set up by the Yakuza, and they're making you do this while keeping you under their control, or something like that. There was a time when someone wrote on a certain channel, since you used to work in the sex industry, what will you do when people get bored of you? Honestly, I thought that was a bit much, and it really hurt me. I also didn't want that kind of thing to spread. That's why, for the first time, I consulted a lawyer about what I should do. But when it comes to suing, you have to identify the individual responsible, and I was wondering how to go about that. For example, let's say I decided to sue over the comment about being forced to make drugs by the Yakuza. If it's just one case, it's not cost effective. It costs a lot of money, like hundreds of thousands or even millions of yen, just for the investigation. So my lawyer told me that instead of just going after one comment, it's better to gather all the borderline or clearly defamatory comments together and request an investigation for all of them at once. That way, it's more cost effective. What I want to say is, even if you think it's okay to write something, if there are a lot of similar comments, I might decide to investigate and sue all of them together. So there's definitely a chance you could get sued. I really think there are people who write things without thinking, but you should be careful about making defamatory comments. I think if you want to have fun on the internet, you should learn a bit about internet literacy. You shouldn't say things like die to people. When I thought about it, I realized I'd seen this kind of situation somewhere before. Like when you flip over a big stone and find things hiding underneath. It's like when pill bugs all scatter and run away. When you open it up, they all come rushing out. Maybe it's just an example, but I've always liked Mokou and watched her. And I think it's wonderful when video creators react to each other's editing. Honestly, when someone said they really love this, it made me so happy. I like how you put the unauthorized re-upload from the stream in the title and are properly trying to take it back. It's funny how everyone pays so much attention to my titles. It seems like some people don't realize they're just being criticized for one thing, but I know what's going on. I laughed at the new style of video. I think what I'm doing now is also a pretty new format. I laughed so much every time Tailner appeared. I'm really happy that everyone laughed at the Tailner videos. It just makes me happy that you all enjoyed them. Go buy the next Oripa that's coming out. Honestly, it's definitely better, so it's worth buying. I hear some people saying that. She's like the Jean Torque of the Reiwa era. Honestly, I really like this woman. She's kind of straightforward, and I like that about her. Thank you! It's not a big deal, but the Ichino's figure in the back is really nice. Shiki-chan is super cute, right? This one, I think I might have shown it before, but I really love this figure. I'm looking forward to the next one that's coming out. Oripa is so good, so please do a revenge unboxing. Everyone wants Oripa, so honestly, you have no choice but to buy Oripa from Hanjo-san's place. I'm totally ready to buy, but I'm not Hanjo's friend. I'm an investor in the Hanjo card shop. Oh, I see. You're talking about Junichi Kato and Mokou-san. Since I said we're friends, I want you to boldly take back your 20,000 in the men's world and regularly audit and buy from Hanjo's shop. I want you to buy regularly, like once a month. Did Takasaki from OA make an additional request himself? Why are you saying my title like that? Seriously, what the heck is this? That's how it was said. So when I watched the video, I thought, oh, and then edited it afterward. You don't have to worry about things like street solicitors or love kids. Those things are always going to be around in this scene. Actually, I'm glad there seems to be some structure here. You really can't avoid those kinds of voices, but there are actually a lot of kind people, honestly. Oh, and continuing from earlier, things like love kids or being called ugly and stuff. Things like being called an old hag are just insults. And I think it would be hard to sue over that. But this time, being called a street solicitor is actually pretty serious, I think. I'm not going to sue, so it's fine. But if it damages someone's reputation or status, like if you flat out say they're a street solicitor, it's like you're making a definite statement. There's definitely a chance that other people might misunderstand and think that Rinko-san is actually working as a street solicitor. It's not 0%. That's why, if it damages someone's reputation like that, you could totally get sued. So I really think you shouldn't write things like street solicitor. Please be careful. It's true that maybe that's just how Oripa is, but as a user, it's really sad when all the losing slots are the same. It's amazing that no one is weirdly bashing it. I also laughed at how they included the names of everyone who was mentioned, not just the person who came up with the title. So in the end, it's this, huh? Honestly, I really like watching this series, so please don't worry about it at all and keep doing your best from now on. It's just really entertaining, and I'll keep watching from now on. Thank you so much for the subtitles. Congratulations on joining the group. You really never know when your chance will come, so make sure to grab it when it does. I'm not in the group, but I want to seize my chance too. Card shop is thriving. Wait a second. Card shop, Rinko, that's it. Oh, I see. I haven't mentioned this before, but actually I'm not Card Shop Rinko. On the seaside, I have a shop called Card Shop My Steady. I'm not sure if I wrote it in the description or not, since I always copy and paste it, but I think I probably did. It's still listed there now. But anyway, I do have a shop, and about the original packs, honestly, they're a bit scary for me. I think the original packs and the lucky bags were listed together, but as for the original packs, I've never made them before, and I don't plan on making them for now. I don't have any plans to make them. Like I mentioned before, since I'm doing this alone, even if I made them properly, I expect that original packs could become a problem. So honestly, I feel like it's something I can't really handle on my own, and that's another reason why I don't make them. It's tough in itself, and for now I don't plan on making original packs. Anyway, that shop does exist, and they also sell singles. So if anyone here likes trading cards, I'd be happy if you could check it out. Goodbye, Rinko-san. You have it, don't you? As I thought. The way you say you have it is really spot on, you know? Like, you're doing it. Or you have it. You can use it for anything. Like, you're doing it. I really think it's unfair. You ended up pulling something amazing, didn't you? Like, you're doing it, even after paying 20 or 30,000 yen. I can stay calm by thinking I got an interesting shot. I'm impressed by your mental toughness. Normally, even if it's an Oripa, most people would at least say, no way, but you're amazing. I want to learn from your strength of heart and your ability to take action. Thank you so much. Alright, thank you. The shop is buying Sage's shop tailor for 50 yen. Is this upload related? Seriously. Did something happen after that incident? It feels like the buyback price went up. The link is for Mokou's RAM slot. Ram switched to a futon for the season, so she's not next to me anymore. Oh, sorry, I don't really get this one, and I haven't looked it up either. Ram-San. Well, if I call her San, people might say she's not a person. I don't know, I'll check it out later. Watching a woman single-handedly dominate the undersea world is so satisfying. I'm glad you can ride these rough waves. I really respect you. Are you really riding the wave? I'm regularly evaluating this video. About 200 people. I'm not sure if that's accurate, but that's really crazy. I guess it's all the moms from the whole school. But still. The approval rating is insane. So many people. Even though so many people are watching, the approval rating is high. And honestly, I was really surprised by this video and the last one. I laughed when Uis Takayaki was added. How many people laughed when Uis Takayaki was added? I've really come to love Rinko Tailner. Washerman Tailner, and the last one is, Hatobo? You know, like Hatobo and Washimon. There were others that showed up too, and it kind of made me laugh a little, but apparently a lot happened in this conversation. You know, if we just smoothly slipped into the Juichi Kato world like this, it would be like entering a really funny world. There are actually a lot of comments like that, I just realized. And you know, it's not so much that I like doing things alone. So, for example, I run my own card shop on Seasite all by myself, and it's kind of the same thing. Rather than doing things with someone else, I want to master being a solitary player. With things like poke card collectors and competitive players need someone else to play against, right? It's fun to battle together. But as a collector, you quietly buy and gather the cards you want, right? It's a solitary thing. I actually really like being a solitary warrior. Doing something together with someone else just doesn't suit me, and I don't really want to do it. So I probably won't get involved in that kind of overseas scene. Hanjo-san just made a statement earlier, so please delete this video. That's all. There were quite a few people who commented on the original video too, but even if you delete it, you know. Honestly, I don't think it means anything. Please watch Juichi Kato's highlights too, I'm begging you. I wonder if this please watch means they're asking me to pay my respects. It's funny how the topic of tailnut keeps popping up everywhere, even in Masu's streams. I looked it up too, you know, even checking out various places from streamers I didn't know. The topic was spreading everywhere, and honestly, I found it hilarious. Rinko, you should become the pillar of tonkatsu. If an ordinary person saw this, they really wouldn't understand what it means. I was enjoying Hanjo's stream and tried tasting the tail, but I ended up getting banned. Well, I thought the cartel part was related to crime, so I didn't mess with that, but the tail thing is pretty bad too, you know? But still. I don't touch on the cartel, right? The reason I don't talk about the cartel, as I mentioned earlier, is because when I spoke with a lawyer, they said that actions that lower someone's reputation could lead to lawsuits. I think I mentioned that earlier, and the cartel is the same, so you really shouldn't write about it. Plus, Hanjo-san has already released a statement, so this is just picking up on an old video, but if you write about the cartel, there's a chance that everyone who wrote about it could get in trouble. It really depends on how Hanjo-san takes it, but for your own sake, it's better not to write about it, everyone. So let's stop, okay? If you think about it, there was a real possibility that an ordinary person could have 5 tails with 50,000 in hand. If Hanjo is really a jerk, then I'm glad to be in this world, in this timeline. Rapid-fire spicy quotation marks really give a sense of speed, but Tailner is absolutely hilarious. Up until now, the titles at the beginning of the quotation marks were always things like Pokeka, Holo, or One Picker, and suddenly, out of nowhere, and then suddenly Tailner appears on this channel. I've never bought it myself, but there was someone lucky enough to pull the top card, and once that's posted, doesn't that make the rest of the packs lose their value? Also, isn't it weird to display prizes when they're already out of stock, like those convenience store lotteries where the prizes are already gone? It seems like they don't even know what the products are, so how does a business like this even work? We talked a little about this earlier, but there are actually cases where there aren't any winning cards at all, so this whole scene is pretty shady. And once someone pulls the top prize, doesn't that make the rest of the packs worthless? That's what I think, but since I'm the one opening them, that's also part of it. If I pull the top prize and there are a ton of packs left, and I make a video about it right away, it's basically like telling everyone that there are no more top prizes left in that mystery pack. So it's a bit tricky. Sometimes I try to be considerate by waiting a while before uploading the unboxing video, but still. The shady business is thriving, isn't it? Even though most of Rinko-san's viewers and streamers think that's just how mystery packs are, it's still kind of a mystery and interesting how hyped up it gets. Most people probably do think that way, but for those who don't know about mystery packs, they're probably like, what is this? So maybe that's why it gets talked about. That Heath Ledger Joker figure is so cool. You have a really awesome hobby. You notice this side too, I'm really happy. There are 3 figures here, but especially this Joker in the middle, the one in the Batman cosplay. I actually woke up super early and went to the venue just to buy it. I really like it, so I'm so happy you even noticed it here. I really love figures. I like Zaya, but it's these specific kinds of content that I really enjoy. As someone on the management side, it honestly makes me sad to see actions that show a lack of consideration for the people who buy from us, even though we're the ones running things. You're really just a pure fan, aren't you? You don't seem used to this kind of thing, and yet you countered this conversation, which made me laugh. It's not so much that you're not used to it, it's just not something you'd normally do in everyday life, you know? Ueno Takayuki's thriving card shop. Can't take it on a cycling trip. No, please don't do that. Actually, I'd rather you just make me a regular customer. That's how I feel, you know? The game. I've known about this since the time you were doing live commentary, and I've been cheering you on, Rinko-san. But honestly, I'm not really familiar with this kind of thing. What exactly was the problem? The game. If you've known me since I was doing live commentary, then you're one of my listeners. Thank you so much. I'll be doing some more game commentary again soon. Kata-san too, and Hanjo-san, well, their way of talking can be a bit harsh, but Maruto and Koha are really all about Maruto. I think some pretty harsh things get written, but please don't let it get to you, and keep doing your best. For those who know about these conversations, well, there's a lot going on. I'm really happy when people teach me things or give me advice, since I don't really know much. Please put 20 Taruna behind me as decoration, you know, for Taruna. I want to build a house for them. I do feel that way, but I'll talk about this another time. It's related to the conversation, but I'm not sure about including usernames that aren't directly involved. But it's not like they're completely unrelated either. This has been written for a while now, so that's how it is. Thank you for your understanding. They say the mastermind is Kayuta, or that the mastermind is Ms. Mokou, but I wonder what Kayuta means. I love Tailna, so this is really sad. Honestly, for those who genuinely love Tailna, this isn't just a little sad. I do feel sorry about it. I'm sorry, this woman is letting her guard down. I'll call Mokona. Are you the counter guy? So far, he hasn't come yet, though. Juichi, Kato, adultery, discriminatory remarks, murder threats, Mokona bomb threat, murder threat, criminal record. UUA, illegal claims, discriminatory remarks, murder threat against Nonuyuki Oi, terms of service violation, discriminatory remarks. What this means is that everyone is making murder and bomb threats, and you really shouldn't believe this, but still, this too. If there are people who believe things that lower someone's social status, like what happened to me, it can be a big problem if you get sued, so this person should be a little scared and just go to sleep. Everyone is pretty excited about the first free title update and the new monster. The comments are really clever. You know, it would be funny if things just went back to normal in the next video, but that's not happening. The way you do it is similar to Takashi Mihashi. I didn't really understand this, but when I looked it up, this person said, "Nande sukeredo, mo nande sukeredo." And since I use that phrase a lot, I think that's probably what they were talking about. People overseas probably didn't expect a name like this to come up and get an answer, so I bet they were pretty surprised. Like O-chan was saying, has there ever been a girl who acted like a man and then got treated like a man in return? And was laughing a lot, but apparently there hasn't been one. She was like, what's going to happen now? Oiwano-san, you know, seems to be the type who gets teased a lot. Everyone writes about it, like the manly world and the reverse manly world. Now there's even a word like reverse manly world, and it feels like I'm the pioneer who created it. But you know, with reverse manliness, you can't really return the favor unless someone treats you in a manly way first, so I thought it was kind of difficult. But I guess, even if it's not me, as long as there's someone acting manly, you know. Even if it's not me, I guess it's fine to just return the manly favor. What am I even saying? I'm starting to not really understand anymore. Before I knew it. So, are you saying that the name of a certain streamer who's been left behind in the countryside called Kick by the Unichikata world is being added? Are you talking about Kawe-chan, this thing called Kick? It's that new thing, right? I don't know the details, but it seems pretty crazy or something. Stream it. Apparently, it's hourly pay. Apparently, the hourly wage is really high, like 10,000 or 20,000 yen. So it seems like a lot of people from the Nikoniko Life community are moving over. It sounds amazing, doesn't it? Please pay 1/10 of your earnings as a commission. Oh, and this is from the person who sent the super chat. Thank you so much. Please give one whole Taruna. Well then, I went to the super popular card shop at the new location. I'm really looking forward to it. And again, at the beginning... Oh, wow. It's crazy that it starts with super. We'll be waiting for you at the 3rd Hyper Game Tournament and the 2nd Versus. See you there. The Hyper Game Tournament, that's, you know... I think it's some kind of shooting game, but I'm actually pretty bad at those kinds of games. I actually prefer playing horror games alone, so even if you say you'll be waiting for me, I don't think I can make it. I wish Mokou, such a talented person, would join as the blood-purging representative of the Han world and give some sharp comebacks. I want to hear her say ho 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 ho. The way she laughs is really unique, isn't it, Mokou-san? I liked Uchikato, I knew about Uchikato-san, but I had never actually watched his streams or live broadcasts. This time I went to watch Taylor's stream, but you know, about 30% of these comments aren't even showing up. Please do a shrine visit video like Oi-chan's. If I keep saying shrine visit over and over, it sounds like 44 shrine visits or something. But is that okay? I just hope such a beautiful lady would do it for me. Mokou Rainbow is kind of cute, isn't it? Please appear in the next verses and do an unboxing battle with Hanjo as Taruna, the king of pulls. An unboxing battle sounds kind of fun, so I tried having Taruna filmed with 20 cards at the Hanjo card shop. 10,000 yen at the Hanjo card shop. I tried an Oripa revenge at the Hanjo card shop. Taruna caused a stir with her deck at the Oripa tournament at Hanjo card shop. There are a lot of projects like this. I'm supporting you in my own small way. This person is really funny. I wondered why they put their name in the title, but when Oi's Takayaki was added, I finally understood. It's the ideal of someone who has finished things. I didn't finish things off. Shimasu is really funny though. I wonder if that's it. You know, like military people here, they say finish off and use that kind of wording, like they're increasing their stars or something like that. That's how it feels. The number of comments is on a whole different level, but I usually get about this many views. I'm not at the bottom at all. It's kind of amazing. At first I was following Hanjo, but after a while I could tell he was getting a little irritated and it made me laugh. Seriously, I'm not mad. Everyone says I'm angry, but I'm really not. If I were angry, I'd be way scarier. I just responded because someone brought it up, but then people say I'm just trying to get close or something. I don't get it. I don't get it. I like that community, but that's why people call it the man community and stuff. There are actually quite a few neutral people too. Rinko-san, thank you for your hard work. I'll keep supporting you, so please keep doing your best. I like you so much that I even subscribe to your channel when you guess the Pokemon cards. I see what you mean. Let's take this opportunity to do it. Don't just bring up Jun's name. Everyone keeps saying it like it's Mokou because it goes viral. Tournament. Is it true that the person who cheated and won in the official tournament streaming slot? It's been quite a while since then, but I still haven't been able to grow at all. I wonder if they realize they're ringing the bell and getting hit without permission, or if they're doing it on purpose. I guess Rinko-san is trying to make things even by putting out this video, but honestly, it's a real nuisance and not something you can just laugh off. Still, Rinko-san manages to turn even unfunny situations into something funny, which is amazing. So, about this official tournament, some people might not know, so let me explain. Mokou-san, during the official tournament's streaming slot, accidentally used a support card twice in one turn, even though you're only allowed to use it once, and he ended up winning because of that. Neither his opponent nor the judge noticed when he used it, so he got away with it and won. But then, during the winner's interview at the end, it got really awkward and uncomfortable, and it turned into a bit of a scandal, if I remember correctly. So I think that's what this is about. Even though it says cheating, I really think it was just an honest mistake. And honestly, digging up old stories like this isn't great, so I don't want to dwell on it too much. But yeah, that's what happened. Watching Mokou is already a whole world of its own, isn't it? Yeah, it really is. Unconsciously into that world. It seems like you're about to get drawn in. Sorry for bringing this up out of nowhere, but I think you shouldn't add the name Takayuki Ono. Among the other people whose names have come up, he has an especially bad reputation, so people might think you're supporting someone like that. Honestly, we don't want to be associated with that either, so please do your best. We're cheering for you. You're being incredibly polite about this. But Oi-chan was upset, saying, "Why can't I be included?" So I added the name just a little. Oh, and right now, I keep saying Oi-chan, but it's just because saying Takayuki Oi's full name is a bit long and tiring, so I'm using Oi-chan for convenience. Please understand, I don't mean to be overly familiar or anything like that. Sorry if it's rude, but could you just tell me if they've had plastic surgery or not? I have an illness. Hyperthyroidism. It's called what's commonly known as Graves' disease, which is an illness of the thyroid gland. In my case, I have hyperthyroid heart disease, and one of the symptoms is that my eyeballs protrude. I used to have single eyelids, but because of this thyroid condition, my eyeballs started to protrude forward. And that's why. That's how I ended up with double eyelids. My really close friends from middle school know about this too, since we were always together. It's not like my eyes just kept getting more awake, but even that friend asked me if I had gotten plastic surgery. Even my close friends noticed how much I changed, but even now, it still happens about once every 3 or 4 months. I go to a real hospital for thyroid issues at Higashi Hospital in Omotesando, so because of that, my eyes got bigger and things like that happen. But I haven't had any plastic surgery. Also, it's better not to bring up that topic with Katsumata. I've learned that it's not a good word to use because it could cause problems for my future activities, so I've decided not to use it. I was numb to it because I was seeing it from the inside, but looking at it from the outside again, it's really messed up. This world is just too gross. Even among these comments, being told by streamers that they find Mokou likable really shows how amazing she is. Maybe it's because I said it, but this person is really smart. When it comes to handling things, I'm really good at pro wrestling. Well, it's more about how I handle things. But when people say pro wrestling, I think they're talking about one person making a move, then the other person countering. Kind of like a back and forth. Not exactly an argument, but that kind of exchange. But honestly, I don't intend to do any pro wrestling at all. I'm just simply, I'm just posting videos because you waved back at me, that's all. It's not like I'm trying to provoke or start anything. I just want to say in this video that I really don't mean to do any of that. There were a lot of requests for a reevaluation of Akisu, but it's actually a pretty serious issue, so I can't really talk about it much for the sake of the store. I think it's better not to talk about it. From an overseas neutral perspective, it's like underground overseas. It's interesting when people point out how strange the whole thing is, so I want to see more of that. In a way, that's what this video is about. The video I uploaded a long time ago suddenly became a hot topic on its own, and viewers flocked to it, so I'm just reacting and posting about it. It's a video that was buried for a year and a half, so there's no way I'm trying to cozy up to anyone. The ones cozying up are the people flocking to that. I'm a viewer of Hanjo, lol. You know, regarding this, there were all sorts of opinions, like I'm cozying up to Kamoko-san, or Kamoko-san is cozying up to me, but honestly, I don't think any of the streamers really want to cozy up to each other that much. I really think so. It's just that there was some interesting or trending topics, so we made a video about it. I don't think anyone is doing it because they want to cozy up to someone. Don't try to promote yourself or cozy up to others, and hey, you shouldn't say go die. Mokou was called a man because even if he touched other Cairo, they couldn't touch him back since he was such an outcast, but now he's really interacting and responding. Isn't this kind of sexy? Seriously, isn't this kind of sexy? Lol. Rashiman's dog. So there really was a second generation, huh? This isn't really related to the video content, but the Shiki-chan and Chiri-chan merch in the back is amazing. I can tell you admire beautiful women. If we're talking about Pokemon, I really like Chiri-chan, so that's why I have Chiri-chan merch here. And if we're talking about Deresude, I'm a fan of Ichinose Shiki-Shiki-chan, so I have both sides decorated with her. I didn't know much about this time period, but I found something while taking care of things in the miso. I actually like it quite a bit, but I'm not playing it right now. That's kind of bad, right? It's becoming pretty important, honestly. This is really, yeah. From Okara to Keke, from Hihi to the door, from Utaku to gathering together, and then to the head. Then from Aryoto, then after knitting by hand, then going all out, and then there's no Adeku. I wonder how the person who reads this feels. In the end, it's Kuka. And, you know, it even ends at the very last moment. It's really funny. But I feel bad that the usual viewers are being influenced by this kind of overseas vibe. That aside, it's really helpful and interesting that people are engaging so much. Still, I have to be careful about how the regular viewers feel. So I want to make sure I handle things properly. Hey, don't fill up someone's comment section with overseas memes like this. From an outsider's perspective, we just look super gross, myself included. Hanji said on stream that he wouldn't apologize directly to the person, but when did he ever say he apologized to them? It says something like, he mentioned it around the 3-minute mark of Sekiro 3, or something like that. Wait, hold on, wow. My throat is about to give out. About what? It's a mysterious word Mokou said during his Suika game stream, and it caught on among viewers. It's something you can use when you're making fun of someone. As for ka, it's from a senior streamer over there. It's a transcription of Junichi Kato's laugh. It's mostly used by Junichi Kato's aunties. It's something you shouldn't really touch on, but if it's being used as a way to make fun of someone, I guess I might start using it too. But honestly, I don't really get teased that much, so sometimes I feel a bit left out. I think it's kind of similar to shark. I tried looking up shark, but honestly I couldn't really figure it out. It didn't come up. Of course, I didn't have any attachment to it, but now it's actually the opposite. I do. After going through everything, the simple way of doing it actually annoys me. Seriously. But I've been doing it this way for so long now, I can't change it at this point. Why isn't there any Kanda Oi's Takayaki? Oh no, this is bad. The more I read the comments, the more I end up reading the earlier ones. I'm saying that, but this is from when it still hadn't been added yet. Everyone except Kanda Oi's Takayaki viewers is on your side, so I hope you don't worry about weird comments and just do your best. So this is how you write Takayuki Ono's name. It's like I just saw, for the first time, this all kanji version. Takayuki Ono even visited the shrine again. He was upset that his name wasn't in the title, so that's why I included it. Maybe it's better if you don't show your face. Well, your voice was also like that, so I guess either way is fine. I don't know, it's just really, Let's go ahead and collect the Oripa sentences that are written here. This is a story about a small fry riding the big wave of cartel and tailna, and getting their dream. But honestly, I don't think it's really a dream to the extent that you'd call it a dream. Alright, let's get started. Is there some kind of joke about used goods here? I thought this teacher was a guy with a high-pitched voice until I saw their face. It's something that both of us say, though. Rinko, you really hate prosperity, don't you? Well, people keep saying that to me, but that's not true at all. I never said I hated it, not even once. I just wanted to give this to Taruna, that's all. It's not like that at all. Is it true that Hanjo got a 2,400 yen card from a 10,000 yen Oripa and got upset? I haven't seen that video, though. A black bat worth 2,400 yen also came out. I wonder if Hanjo-san was angry about getting the black bat. That's what people are saying. I think so. It's really like a dog-eat-dog world, so even if you go for the thrill, there's no benefit. You'll just end up getting hurt. It's better to just upload normal videos and make it like Juan. There are actually quite a lot of people who think this way too. So, it's better not to do Oripa, right? That's exactly right. The way you reply in the chat and how you handled things this time, you're just such an interesting woman. There were about 1,400 concurrent viewers during the premiere stream, and that's the first time I've seen numbers like that. But the chat comments were coming in so fast that I couldn't keep up like I usually do, and honestly, it really surprised me. As for that, right now Hanjo really loves it. In pro wrestling, he doesn't mask his affection for Kosa's legs. Sorry about that, but because of my job, I have to show my face a little bit, even though it's kind of awkward. I apologize for that. I was moved by how you touched on overseas taboos and broke through the times. My throat is starting to hurt a bit. My throat is really starting to hurt. Ogatsura chain, the parakeet that looks like it is so cute. Kika, you're so brave. Thank you, Kokowatsu. Okay, everyone, I think my outfit suddenly changed, but that's because it's a new day now. Sorry about that. I wanted to film everything all at once, but I had some plans, and also, you know, that video, well, not just that video. Yesterday, I was filming for about 4 hours, but I couldn't finish. So my throat was really hurting. That's why I decided to take a break and continue today. As for Prince, he usually says things like Hyena and rides on other people's popularity to get this far, so it's tough that he can't really cozy up to tools like this. But honestly, I haven't really seen that side of things myself, so I'm not too familiar with it. Attention. Advertising Council Japan supports this activity. Fun friends? Now is the time to surround yourself with prosperity. Isn't this the perfect timing to get to the bottom of who this mysterious old man really is? There have been comments about him not just on my videos, but on other videos too. I don't really understand this mysterious old man, and I've been curious, but I didn't really know how to look into it. This community is kind of trashy, so please don't pay attention to weird comments. You don't have to think of them as real people posting. You know, one thing I thought about is when you see all these comments coming in like a flood, and you see some people arguing in the replies and stuff, and then you look at it like this on your phone. It's fine on a computer too, but actually when you go outside like this. When you're walking or riding the train, everyone is usually holding their smartphones like this. I wonder if everyone is looking at their phones and posting things like that. Everyone! They look like ordinary people, but I can't help but wonder if they're posting things like that. I just kind of think about it in my heart. There's such a difference between the real world and the online world, you know? Everyone looks so normal, it kind of makes me laugh a little. The tactics of Han from the Han world. When the Han is one-sided and the other person argues back, they say, "Oh, stop the thrill." I get told that a lot. Honestly, I think what's happening is exactly like these comments say. It's like Lady Fox's guidance is coming, but I wonder what happened. I think they're just using it as a joke or something. After all, the kids are paying money to buy the Oripa, and complaining about that is something Hanjo did in the past too, so it's nothing special. I don't think there's a problem. I think Hanjo-san just said something to Oripa work at Zeri, that's all. Mokou's streaming community is a hopeless group that seems to live for treating everything in this world as an enemy and enjoying the chaos. They're not on Kosan's side, they're Hanjo's enemies. I'm saying that clearly. This person and this community are used to scandals, so that's how they are. They understand that it's wise not to react to the situation and to wait for things to calm down, so there are a lot of critical comments. However, if you keep bringing up this issue in a strange way, there's a risk that the majority of people will get a negative impression, so please be careful. They're also worried about you. Well, that's true. I also checked out various places regarding this issue, and there were some critical or negative comments about me, like anti-comments, but still. I might have said this before, but you know, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Or not exactly, but I think the people who defend me are actually Hanjo-san's enemies. So, based on the enemy of my enemy is my friend theory, they write all sorts of things, and there are comments like that too. But since they're saying those things, I don't really worry about it too much, but I still have to say something about it. Honestly, I would be happiest if those people became my viewers. especially those who were originally fans of Rinko-san. I'm a poor troublemaker, but please take care of me. This person is incredibly polite and brave. Thank you for the report. It seems like Han Mama will give you 1.2 million yen as an apology, so keep revealing things. Is it this or that? I think the comment means to keep suing and collecting. Katsukoto is an abbreviation for the Kato Weichi anti-channel. Since Hanjo and Kato Weichi himself, who are close, rewatched your video without permission, it's foolish to buy Oripa. The world isn't that easy. He was saying things like, it's fine, but he included Hanjo's excessive praise here. He has a history of opening a Santaku lucky bag on stream. For more details, try searching for Pokeka Katsuage Debut. I think you'll find it if you look it up. It's like saying, isn't it stupid to buy mystery packs? Or, the world isn't that easy? Or something like that, like Endo would say. I think that's definitely the kind of thing he said, but honestly, I don't really care. The stream title is First Playthrough of Equator, starting from 33 minutes and 40 seconds. No, you know, for me. I apologized a year and 10 months ago, but why now? A year and 10 months ago, right? It just sounds like you already apologized directly to Rinko-san, but does that mean it was a lie and you actually apologized to everyone? This isn't about me, you know. This person definitely knew and picked up on the comment, right? I seriously didn't know. Even though I'm active online, I honestly had no idea about this conversation, so I'm really sorry. But first of all, I'm surprised to hear that there was an apology to Rinko-san. I've never heard anything like that from Rinko-san. Not even once. I don't know if it was to calm things down or not, but why? Did Mr. Hanjo really say something like that? In some cases, it seems that Rinko-san made a complaint directly to the person about Oripa behind the scenes. It's possible to interpret it that way. This is actually someone I originally knew as a viewer. This is what I was most afraid of. I was worried that viewers might think, why did you complain to this store called Oripa? That's why Mr. Hanjo apologized. I really didn't want that, but that's exactly what you're talking about. Also, someone said my voice sounds like Aya's, and I laughed because I showed my personality by saying, I don't know about that. As for Aya-san, that's on my side. We follow each other, so it's mutual, but honestly I haven't really seen much of her content, so I just meant that I don't really know what her voice sounds like, but it seems like people interpreted it in various ways. That's how it is. Should we show this video to them again and create an infinite loop? What if they see this video again? I don't think they'll watch it though. Rinko versus Manin. Her attitude of jumping at opportunities with her footwork strategy is impressive. She's a strong woman. Good words. It's not really an excuse, but more of an explanation. My channel is always about opening the latest trading cards, and like I said before, I used to open a lot of mystery packs, but I stopped for various reasons. Now I only open them occasionally, like during collaborations, and that's how I run my channel. But until a new trading card product comes out, I can't update unless I open mystery packs. So even if I want to update, there's nothing to open, and sometimes I just can't. Right now it's kind of a slow period because there aren't any new products. Honestly, part of the reason I'm doing this is because I don't have any video ideas right now. As for things like Kuka, it's mostly about events and stuff. Words like Satsuyoko or Bakuyoko about Junichi Kato's house are actually made up terms by some really extreme antis of Junichi Kato, so it's better not to use or mention them. If those people think you're on their side and start stirring up conflict, it can get really troublesome. I'm just saying this because I'm worried about you. It's still okay if everyone is just having a little fun and joking around online, but when it starts to spill over into the real world, it starts to interfere. If things ever get to that point, I honestly think it would be really bad, so I think everyone should be careful, and I'll be careful too. I don't really know why, but I was already subscribed to Dorinko's channel. I don't even know much about Pokemon, but she's so cute and energetic, so I watched her sometimes. That makes me happy. Thank you. If there were any misses besides Tailner, I wouldn't have gotten anything. Honestly, if it had been something like Surrealise, Mary, or Pikachu instead of Tailner, it would have been a completely different world line. Really, it wouldn't have been this world line. Hanjo is saying that an apology was made even though there was nothing to apologize for, but what does that mean? Is it a lie? Or was there actually someone who was affected by the Tailner issue and they contacted them and that person got an apology? See, there are people who think like this, but that's not it. I didn't include Clareman, but this is how it turned out. Trying to cover it up by saying they apologized when they actually didn't is just too gross. Seriously, the number of comments about this is amazing, really. And when it comes to the other party, they can't do their usual kachi-kachi thing, which is kind of funny. At first, I didn't understand what kachi-kachi meant, but apparently it refers to a ban. A ban, you know. If Tarina had been included in 50 out of 300, The probability of getting 20 out of 23 is 0.0000791, which is correct. Even if you were included in 50 out of 100 entries, the probability of getting 20 out of 23 is 0.000371%. Hanjo-san said during his stream with 100 people that there weren't 300 entries, but only 100. And after being picked, he mentioned that maybe he didn't even enter 117.50, so it seems like Link-san drew an even lower probability. By the way, 0.000371% is about the same probability as hitting 3 consecutive wins on a single zero roulette at a casino. So Link-san, you should start online gambling right away. After all that explanation, it turns out the comment is just saying they want me to start online gambling. Since the word online gambling came up, I think I'll talk a little about Oripa and Tureka Car again, but online casinos have nothing to do with trading cards. It's also legally risky, and it sometimes becomes a hot topic. There are also things like money coming in at 10 o'clock, and I think that's true. But, you know, there's something called online Oripa in the trading card world. Basically, it's on your smartphone and stuff like that. You can also use a computer, but they sell Oripa online, and it's kind of like drawing a gacha in a mobile game. When you click the button, it happens again. There are Oripa packs where one try costs 10,000 yen, or even 50,000 yen, and in the summer, there are Oripa packs with guaranteed graded cards. There are even ones that cost 100,000 yen per try, and I think there were some for 200,000 yen too, especially when things get really expensive. It's not unusual at all, but there are things called online Oripa packs. And well, as for online casinos, they're already regulated by law and are not allowed anymore. But these online Oripa packs are they're not regulated by law yet, so people can pretty much do whatever they want. And just like with cards, they really play on your social instincts. It's kind of like a bar or a club, you know, it's kind of like, you know how pachinko parlors have those signs saying they've got new machines in? It's made to feel just like that, really playing up your social instincts. And then there's also the famous, they use influencers to do collaborations, kind of like online events with Oliver. And they use those famous influencers as a way to attract customers, getting their fans to join in. It's not exactly that, but they're doing some pretty questionable things like that. I even tweeted about it, but I get tons of offers asking if I want to do a collaboration with online Oripa or Oripa. Honestly, I'm pretty angry about this. I get so many of these offers, and you know, it's not just me, you know, other people who do unboxings or maybe even players might be getting them too. I know a lot of others are getting these offers as well, but I get a ton. Basically, if I did a collaboration with Oripa or online Oripa, my fans might join in, and that's how they want to use me as a way to attract customers. I get a ton of messages from people about this, but I've decided not to do any collaboration Oripa at all, so I turn them all down and just ignore them now. But honestly, I'm a bit angry about it. Influencers are being used like this, and they're just doing whatever they want. That's what online Oripa is. Honestly, I think it's basically the same as online casinos. I really think people should stop doing online Oripa. I'd be worried if anyone got interested in it. And there's one more thing I want to add. And so on. Like Twitcasting or really any platform, there are a lot of people selling Oripa individually online. They're pretty much doing whatever they want with that too. Physical stores, if they do something shady, it becomes a topic and there's a risk for them. But for individuals, there's really no risk, so they can do whatever they want. Some of these people even disappear after selling. They make people buy Oripa, then claim someone won and show the winning card. But in reality, there have been quite a few cases where the card never actually got sent. There have been cases like that, so they're really just doing whatever they want. Also, on platforms like Twitcasting, they sell by letting people pick numbers in real time, shuffling and saying things like, pick the nth from the top or nth from the bottom. But sometimes they try to cheat, and when they fail, it gets exposed that they were trying to cheat. Sometimes the sellers end up getting flamed, but even then, there are still fans or people who defend them, so those incidents often just get brushed aside. Honestly, they're just doing whatever they want. So whether it's personal Oripa on Twitcasting or Twitter or whatever, I really think it's better not to buy them. Everyone, please be careful. Underground World. I'm more scared of being found and erased by the Oripa sellers in that world than being attacked or criticized by people from the underground. That's how it is, everyone. If you get a Crobat worth 2,450 yen from a 10,000 yen Oripa, that's nothing. But if you're down 8,000 yen on an Oripa, that's just over. A Crobat isn't even worth adding to a collection, you know? I wonder if that's something I should even say. I'm a bit confused that so many people have found out about me in such an unexpected way, but I post all kinds of videos, so if you don't mind, I'd be happy if you could subscribe to my channel and support me. That's my comment. At the end, I think I was supposed to say something like, "Ooh, this is my comment," right? Yeah, that's it. And maybe it's because I wrote it at the beginning. I finished reading everything, everyone. It probably took about 5 hours in total. I finally finished reading all the comments, and it's done. How was it? Even if I cut some parts, I think this will end up being a really long video. It might even end up being around 2 hours, but this was the first time it was this long. This time, I responded to all the feedback I received from everyone. I read all the comments on the video, and maybe I mentioned this here and there, but quite a few people were worried and told me not to get too close to certain people. And there were also some negative comments like, "Don't try to get close, but it's not that I want to be included in the streaming or time community, or that I want my child and me to be part of it. That's not what I'm thinking at all." This time, to all the viewers who got to know about me, who left comments, worried about me, and supported me. Since there are at least a few people who support me, I really hope those people will continue to cheer me on after watching my videos. That's why I thought about how I could get closer to those people, and I decided to reply to comments, so that's why I recorded this. But right now, this is what I'm thinking. I read all the comments, I read every single main comment, but time is running long. Since there's the issue of the video getting too long, I want to make it easier for everyone to watch. A lot of the comments had similar content, right? And there were parts where I couldn't really react or couldn't make the conversation interesting. So for those parts, I think I'll cut them out to make the video easier to watch. I'll be editing after this, but I'll cut those parts and keep the interesting bits and the little stories I added here and there so the video will be more fun and enjoyable. Anyway, for now, I think I've managed to interact with everyone since I've read all the comments. So I feel like this is about all I can do for now. But honestly, I know very well that if I keep dragging this out any longer, it'll just get awkward. So with this video, I'm really going to put an end to the whole Taruna situation. If something happens after this, and I feel like I should address it because I'm involved, then I might talk about it. But unless that happens, this will be the end of it. From now on, I'll just go back to my usual content. I'll be going back to my trading card unboxing channel. Well, it's not like I ever really left, but I think I'll be returning to that. When that happens, if Hanjo-san's card shop releases new mystery packs at their new location, I'll buy them and just make regular unboxing videos like I always do. Of course, I plan to keep making those kinds of videos since a lot of viewers have said they want to see them. There were people who said they wanted to see those videos, so I definitely plan to upload them. I think they'll become popular in this community again, so I'd be really happy if you come to watch them. I think I've talked about everything I wanted to say. Let me see. Is there anything else? Well, I think I covered a lot. I really love watching horror movies, and I watch them a lot, especially on weekends. I think I mentioned this in a video called Gaming Rinko, but I actually have a horror game channel. At the beginning of the year, I set a goal for 2025 to restart that gaming channel, but I haven't been able to do it yet. Still, I do have that channel. I want to play horror games, but you know, since it's the gaming world and it's streaming, it's kind of... If people say it's just the usual move, that would be a little annoying, but honestly, I set that goal at the beginning of the year because I really wanted to do it. Plus, I've heard from viewers too. Like Silent Hill 2, I actually got it as a gift, but I haven't played it yet. So I want to play games like that too, you know, like game commentaries and let's plays. If any of you are interested, please check it out. When I play next time, I'll probably post about it, so I'd be really happy if you could come and watch. If you leave lots of lively comments at that time, I think it'll make things even more exciting, so I hope you'll join in. Well, that's it for this video. I think it was pretty long, so I'm not sure how many of you made it to the end, but to sum up, thanks to this situation, I've gained more subscribers, and the view count has also gone up a lot. So, being able to connect with all of you like this, getting comments and being able to talk with everyone in different ways made me really happy as someone who posts videos. Of course, it's not like I've become super popular or anything. Of course, I understand that it's just a temporary thing, but honestly, I was really happy about it. I really wanted to express my gratitude to everyone at the end, so I'd like to finish with a thank you comment here. It was mentioned in the previous video too, like, the pacing is bad, and this video also has really bad pacing. I think this one really took bad pacing to the extreme, so I'd like to wrap it up now. Bye-bye.